Hello and welcome to this week's property news roundup in under 5 minutes. Straight in this week to a story about Purplebricks coming from city investment firm Zeus Capital. They're claiming that the market share that Purplebricks will get by 2023 will be 5.7% and their peak market share will be around 7%. So Purplebricks, are they still making great inroads? Has their market share plateaued somewhat? It would appear so. They serviced 54,000 vendors in 2020. The expected number by 2023, 69,000 vendors. The challenges remain their brand. Some consider it to be down market, therefore they're not making any great inroads in their higher property value market. And also Zeus Capital claiming that Purplebricks will have to address its pricing model and change it in order to meet their lofty targets. We shall see. Interestingly, the pricing point of Purplebricks has always been the USP for them, I think. So let's see how that pans out in the future as well. Claims this week of a breakthrough in faster property sales. This by the Home Buying and Selling Group, who have designed a new buying and selling property information form. The form is being called the one source of truth for buyers before the transaction begins, collects lots of information, and that combined with instructing solicitors on day one of marketing is expected to reduce the transaction time significantly. We shall find out if there's any truth in that sooner rather than later. A research piece this week from Acumen claiming over 1,000 conveyancers are no longer in operation versus 10 years ago. So quite a significant decrease in the number of conveyancers now. There's some 3,800 versus 4,800 back in 2011. The key seems to be the average transactions per conveyancing company. This has grown by over 64% in the last 10 years, from 36 cases to 59 just before the pandemic. So a significant increase in the workloads. Maybe that's a contributing factor to why the sales are taking a bit longer to go through, but hopefully that capacity will start to align as more conveyancers come back into the market. News this week from the mortgage market, and the Yorkshire Building Society has relaunched a 95% loan to value mortgage, the rate of 3.99% up to properties for £500,000. Interestingly, they're doing this without the government help, so this is separate to the government scheme, and I think more may well follow in their footsteps very soon. There was only 5 95% mortgages available at the start of March, compared to 391 the year before. So hopefully we'll start to see a return of liquidity in the 95% mortgage market. That certainly seems to be the case with the new government initiative launching next month, which we'll have all the details about very, very soon. And finally, if you like buying chocolate from the high street as much as I do, or I used to, then you'll be disappointed to know that Thorntons are closing all 61 of their high street stores. A sign of the times for the high street. Lots of commercial properties becoming available. Although estate agents, it must be said, doing very well. Maybe agents are becoming the cornerstone of that high street location. For many, they're still there. They've always been there. I think they're going to be around forever. But let's see how that transition affects estate agency with the high streets changing. Interestingly, a company in Sheffield called Red Brick are actually opening an estate agency that would also be doubling up as a cafe, serving coffee and cake. So let's see how that goes. Maybe that's the way forward for high street agencies. I'm sure that won't be the case for everybody, but let's hope that works for them. It's been a great week again for property. Loads of positivity, transactions and houses flying out the door. We now need the supply to keep coming through to keep these pipelines as high as they are. And I wish you all a fantastic weekend.